Welcome to Okaloosa Today, local news and information. Connecting the communities of Fort Walton Beach, Destin, and Okaloosa County.
Welcome to Okaloosa Today. This is your monthly look at the city of Destin, Fort Walton Beach, and Okaloosa County. I'm Doug Rayner and your host for the City of Destin segment of the show, which starts right now. And joining me is Lance Johnson, Parks and Recreation Director, City of Destin, and Nick Coleman, Recreation Supervisor for the city. Gentlemen, thanks for being here.
It's good to be here.
Happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're here because we are getting to talk about a lot of the fun things that happen in our community during this time of year, which is our fall programs, winter programs, and events. Your department does a phenomenal job putting together community events for the kids and even for adults. And some of them have been in this community for a very, very long time. And we're just going to kind of go through those and let our public know what's going on. And again, thanks for your work in our community. And I'm glad that we're getting started on some fall and winter programs.
Looking forward to a good fall.
Nick, you have your hands in just about everything that goes on with the city recreation. Recreation supervisor is your title, but you've been either the mastermind or at least management of these programs for quite a while, and we're going to highlight some of them. The Pinfish Classic is, I think, maybe one of your favorites. It's a fall treat in November. Let's tell our public a little bit about that program.
Yeah. Well, the Pinfish, we're actually in our 18th year. We're on the 18th annual Pinfish Classic. It will be held. It's held every the first Saturday in November. This year it's going to be November 5th. Mm-hmm. It's going to be held at the pier and docks right behind AJ's. Sign-ups at 8:30 a.m. Fishing will start at 8:45 and we'll fish until 9:45. Our co-sponsors for that event is AJ's Restaurant, which every year since we started has been donating one free fishing pole to each participant. Plus, we have awards. We have cookie cakes and things like that, and coffee and donuts for the parents. Mm-hmm. This is a great event. We do T-shirts as well, and it's free.
All right, that's free. Most of our events are free. Mm-hmm. Free for kids to participate. How do we register for that?
You have just show up day of about 8:30. Check the weather. Make sure if you gotta dress a little warmer. It all depends. And you come out, bring a fishing pole. We'll have some bait for you. And it's a fun time.
Good. Well, that event is a lot of fun. Lance, what's the weather prediction? We've had shorts on for this event, and we've been bundled up because it's been freezing. What do you think?
I think the weather's going to be perfect. It always is for that event.
That's right. That's right. Again, behind the docks on AJ's November 5th, great event. We really hope people come out for that. I jumped ahead a little bit because before that, we have the Fall Festival in October at the Community Center, and I know your staff does a great job turning that place into almost kind of a fun, light-hearted haunted house, maybe.
Right.
Lights go down, ambient light comes up, and a lot of things happen. Tell us about that program.
Well, we're actually on our 16th annual one. This is an ongoing event every year. It's on Monday, October 17th. Starts at 5 p.m., goes 5 to 8. There's everything from cakewalks to costume contest. There's a jumpy house, and it's more of like a festival activity where there's booths to where you can play games and you can win prizes and candy. To enter, the admission is actually just one canned dry food. So.
And what do you guys do with those? You collect them and I assume give them to the local food bank?
Yes, we
for
do.
the holiday season? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a great way to give back to the community. I think there's a charge for tickets. I think it's pretty minimal, but
a quarter per ticket.
Quarter per ticket, and most games cost a ticket, I think, right? Yeah, so we keep that pretty cost effective for our community, and I think several hundred kids come through that every year.
Oh, several hundred every year. A great event. If you've never got to see it, take the time to go through and do a walkthrough on it. It's very family friendly. Mm-hmm. It's nothing too scary for the little ones, and you will have fun. And you'll be amazed at how the staff at the community center transforms that building into this festival. It's really worth the trip over there.
They do a great job. It is exciting to see. Also in October is the senior yard sale, and I know very little about that. So Nick, what's going on in October for the senior yard sale?
Well, the senior yard sale will be October 22nd at Destin, which is right there on Legion, and it's from 8 a.m. to noon. Basically, Pat Marking is working with our seniors to come on out and basically just put out yard sale. It's a nice little event to come on out. For more information, they could definitely call the community center and ask Pat possibly about running a table or any other logistics.
Okay, so this event is open up for the public to participate and have their own little booth, I guess, for a yard sale, and it's concentrated in one location at Destin off of Legion Drive, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I've never been to that. I think I might try it out.
It's neat because they provide the tables for people. It provides a one spot for several families to set up their yard sale equipment or yard sale items, and it's been very successful in the past.
Good, yeah. Yard sales on Saturday morning in the fall in the South are great things.
Oh yeah.
People have that on their calendar to do. So maybe people will get this on there as October 22nd at Destin yard sale. Very cool. Getting into the Christmas season, I know we're in October, but Christmas is upon us. We have a lot of Christmas festivities that have been going on for quite a long time. And Nick, tell us about the Holiday Craft Show at the Community Center.
Well, I like that one because I actually go there and get my Christmas presents from there. I'm not going to lie. November 18th and 19th, it's a Friday and Saturday. On Friday, it is from 11 a.m. to 4, and then on Saturday, it's from 9 a.m. to 3. There's booths set up all throughout the community center. There's a little route you can walk around. You can see them anywhere from wind chimes to tree ornaments. The list goes on. I got a blanket for my daughter over there, a handmade knitted blanket last year. It was pretty cool.
Nice, yeah. That's a fun event. A lot of handmade crafts, like you said. A lot of local vendors come in and sell their stuff there, and it's been going on. We've had this for years. I don't know how many, but it's been going on for quite a while. Now, let's move into the Christmas tree lighting. That's a fun event. Early December, Nick. That's over at the community center, right?
Yeah, that will be on December 1st at 6 p.m. We'll have carolers. They'll have hot chocolate. Hopefully it'll be cold, a little colder. Also, they'll have some games and that for kids, and then they'll light the tree, of course.
And that really kicks off our Christmas season. It's that first Thursday in December.
Yes.
And then I think Councilman Marler has historically been the MC for that event.
That's right.
Yeah, he does
for
a good
years
job.
and years. He's been doing that.
Yeah, and he might sing a tune or two. And I think Santa Claus shows up. And
If we're fortunate, Santa Claus himself will show up.
right. Photos for the kids.
Photos for the kids with Santa Claus, yes.
Very good, very good. And that leads us to the big event, which is the Destin Christmas Parade. And we're looking at 30 plus years on that one.
That's right. Yeah, amazing event. Goes right down the Highway 98 corridor. Thousands upon thousands of people come every year to watch, and the participation rates have been going up steadily over the years too. So well worth the trip to the harbor area to watch this parade.
It's really a cool event because it's completely run by the city staff, and plus the countless volunteers that come out and help us out. It's just really amazing to see the community support. But this is a pretty small town we live in, and it's really interesting to see how big this parade really is. People come from Niceville, Crestview, Defuniak Springs, from all over to come to this parade. It's a lot of fun. In areas you can look across the street and see the harbor, and you guys do an amazing job with that. You can actually see the video of that on our YouTube channel. We video that, and it airs on this channel, Cox, during the month of December. So guys, you do a bang-up job with that event. It's probably a lot of people's most exciting event.
Right.
Yeah.
The last thing we want to mention as far as fall programs go and winter programs, Nick, you said a basketball sign-ups are going on right now this month of October, right?
Yes, we're doing sign-ups for youth basketball at the Destin Community Center or City Hall. We're taking up, it's a co-ed league, and they could, any questions, they could be happy to check our website, check our Facebook, or even call the community center. We're also looking for volunteer coaches, referees, anyone that wants to come out that loves the game of basketball and wants to spread their knowledge to the youth.
If I want to volunteer to coach, who do I call?
You are going to want to talk to Pat Markey or Beatrice Miller.
And you can get them at the community center.
Yes.
Okay, and I think we have their phone number we can put up. Also want to make sure everybody understands that all of this information is on our website, cityofdestin.com. The Parks and Recreation Department has a great Facebook page. City of Destin has a great Facebook page that shares all of this information, dates, times, sign-ups. So we want to push everybody over there to get a little additional information, and also to call Nick or Lance or the community center for anything that they would need to know regarding these programs. Again, just wonderful programs in our community. We really appreciate what you do to enhance the holiday spirit and just the lives of our children around here. It's really amazing.
I do want to add too, the Christmas parade is on December 10th.
Yes.
December 10th at 10 a.m.
And I think it's always on the second Saturday in December, right?
That's right.
Okay, so yeah, we can put it on the calendar and look forward for next year
Oh, yeah.
too. Let's move a little bit from the recreation side into our park side. Lance, we talked recently, there was some movement
Right.
this fall in several of our parks, or soon-to-be parks, and I want to give kind of an overview of that. For let's start with the old cement plant over by Joe's Bayou.
Right.
We are in the buying phase, I think, of some property right now, and tell us a little bit about that piece of property.
Well, it is a piece of property that is surrounded on three sides by existing city park property. So it is the missing piece to completing one big park on the north side of town for our public to enjoy and future generations to enjoy. It's about 4 acres, just a little bit shy of that. And I'm hoping by the end of November we will have closed the deal, and at that point we can move forward with figuring out exactly how the property will be used. Will be dependent on the public for public comment, so we can get their ideas. We want it to meet the needs of the public.
Very good point. You know, this is an incredible opportunity for the city, and I think what you said is that we want public input. We're going to open it up for that. I know some boat ramp expansion was looked at, has been talked about some passive enjoyment out there with trails and things of that nature. Pretty good sized footprint right on the water. So
it is. With that piece of the puzzle completed, that will give us an 18-acre park inside of Destin, and Destin is not very big, so that's a pretty big park for Destin.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, we hope our public listens to what we're talking about here, follows our Facebook page and our website to understand what we're doing with this project, and we'll try to get people involved and get their input on that. We have 2 other big projects moving forward. I want to touch on Clement Taylor Park and the restoration or the update of that park through the Restore Act dollars.
Right.
I think we're still in the waiting phase and working with the county and the Federal Treasury Department on the timing of the money to come through. But
That's correct.
We have a big plan for that park.
Big plans, and I've said this before when I was fortunate enough to be on the show, that is my favorite park in town. I'm not afraid to say that. So I am extremely excited about the opportunity to renovate that park and bring it to its full potential. We're looking at about $732,000 worth of renovation going into that park, which will include new restrooms, which we desperately need, repaving the pathways in the park, improving the beach area, renovating that pier out there, and hopefully adding a kayak launch there, a new pavilion, and a brand new playground, which we desperately need over there. So I'm looking very much forward to that taking place.
It's a gorgeous piece of property, and I think it's probably the jewel of our community. And arguably, it's one of the nicest, most serene places to go. Great sunsets.
Perfect.
Just it has really everything you need, and it's open for the public's use. And we want to encourage people to do that, not just to go there. I think they can call up and reserve the pavilion. I think, Nick, can't they do that to have an event?
They could call our community center and talk to Miss Lisa Firth, and she'll be happy to rent out that pavilion.
Right.
Good, and I think people do that.
It's
we want to make sure
every weekend.
everyone understands that that is an amenity. Most people know it. A lot of people call it Calhoun Park. I think it was called at one time, but Clement Taylor Park is just incredible, and a facelift on that will mean a lot to this community.
Sure will.
The last one we want to speak of is the Leonard Destin Park,
Right.
and doesn't exist right now, but it's right down the street from Clement Taylor.
It is.
And I'll let you talk about that. We have some new images to show for that. The state has sent over, and kind of walk us through that project.
Well, through funds from the Deepwater Horizon account, the Trust for Public Lands is managing a new park property for us. Have purchased the property already and plan to go into construction hopefully in January of this year, maybe delayed slightly, but very close to January, for a completion sometime hopefully before Memorial Day, but before the end of the summer for sure. The amenities that they plan to put into this park are amazing. We're going to have our first splash pad at a city park, more public beach area in here, another additional kayak and canoe launch, pavilions, restrooms, and of course parking facilities.
That's just amazing. What a great gift.
It's truly a gift that I've been in parks for 25 years and I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, and I don't even think that the renderings and some of the photos we can show will do justice to what can actually take place there. We're really excited. We're looking at in the next, like you said, 6 to 8 months having this park completed, ready for maybe even the summer season. If not, be ready in the fall, and it's just something we don't have,
right.
And it will really be a blessing. I think the operations and maintenance for this park will be added to that from the state.
Through the grant, they're going to include 10 years of O&M operations and maintenance budget, so we will have the money for that park to be maintained to the standard it was built at for 10 years. And once again, that's very rare in the parks and recreation industry to have an offer like that.
That's just incredible, and you guys do so much good work looking for these grants, working through the state and the federal government. Nick, your guys working through these programs in the community. I think some new parks coming online would be an amenity to you and your staff and for other places to use. So thank you so much for what you do, and we're looking forward to the fall with all this going on.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks.
Good. We have another event coming up in October, and October 20th is our City Open House. It's an annual open house. It's at the Destin Community Center, and we have some things that will take place there. We'd love to have you come out from 11:30 to 1 o'clock at the Destin Community Center. That's 101 Stallman Avenue. And our theme this year is It Takes a Fishing Village, and we are going to have city department displays, partner booths, giveaways. We're going to have a game called Go Fish for Hidden Treasure. Free document shredding for the community. That is actually from 10 to 2. Any business or resident or citizen can bring their documents over to be shredded for free on site. Jim Shire will be having a fish fry for us that day. It's all free, and you can meet your city council. And the big thing that we will be doing is recognizing our volunteers that day, and we would like to extend this invitation to our public, make sure our volunteers know to come out and be a part of that event. Again, October 20th, the City Open House, City of Destin at the Community Center. Thank you for watching this segment of the show. I'm Doug Rayner with the City of Destin. Stay tuned for Joe Sori in the City of Fort Walton Beach next.